Introduction to the End of Times. Imagine the world as you know it, secure, predictable, familiar. Now, imagine that world unraveling. The sky darkens as storms grow fiercer, earthquakes rip through cities, and wildfires blaze uncontrollably. Is this just nature's fury, or could it be something far more ominous? Have we entered a time of unprecedented chaos? Or are these the very signs that a centuries-old prophecy foretold? Think about the wars raging across the globe, the political tensions that never seem to ease, the societal unrest that feels like it's reaching a boiling point. Are these just the inevitable struggles of human history? Or are they signals that we're nearing the end of something much larger? What if everything we're witnessing is part of a grander, darker plan? Nostradamus, a name that resonates through the corridors of time, claimed to have seen this chaos coming. But how could a man who lived over 400 years ago predict the turmoil of today? What did he see in his visions that made him so certain of our fate? Could it be that we are unknowingly walking the path he warned us about? As natural disasters grow in frequency and intensity, and as conflicts escalate, one can't help but wonder, are we living in the final days of the world as we know it? What if this is just the beginning of the end? Nostradamus believed the signs would be undeniable, but have we become too blind to recognize them? Are we ready to face the possibility that our future has already been written? Join us on a journey to explore these haunting questions. Let's dive deep into the past to uncover the truths that could shape our future. The signs are there. Are you paying attention? The end may be closer than we think, but what does that really mean for us? Is there a way to change the course of history? Or are we merely players in a prophecy that has been unfolding for centuries? Who is Nostradamus? Who exactly was Nostradamus? To understand his prophecies, we must first understand the man behind them. Picture a 16th century world filled with superstition, disease, and the constant threat of war. It was during these turbulent times that Michel de Nostradamus emerged, a physician by profession, but a visionary by destiny. Nostradamus wasn't just any healer. He was a man with an extraordinary gift, or curse, depending on how you see it. He saw visions of the future, glimpses of events yet to unfold. But how did he translate these visions into the quatrains that have both baffled and captivated generations? These four-line verses, shrouded in cryptic language and dense symbolism, are like pieces of a puzzle that may never be fully solved. His writings are filled with references to events and figures that seem both familiar and alien. Wars, natural disasters, the rise and fall of leaders. Each verse is a mirror reflecting a possible future. But what do these mirrors show us? Are they clear windows into what's to come? Or are they distorted images that lead us down the wrong path? Nostradamus wrote with a pen dipped in mystery. His prophecies have been dissected, debated, and reinterpreted countless times. Yet their true meaning often eludes even the most dedicated scholars. Was he truly a prophet, or simply a master of ambiguity? What inspired him to write these verses? Could it be that his words hold the key to understanding not just the future, but our very existence? As we dive deeper into the life and work of Nostradamus, we must ask ourselves, what truths did he uncover? And more importantly, what truths are we ready to confront? Can we decipher the hidden meanings in his prophecies before they come to pass? Or will we only understand them once it's too late? Prophecies of the End Times. Nostradamus, the enigmatic prophet of the 16th century, left behind a chilling legacy, his prophecies of the end times. Within his quatrains, he spoke of cataclysmic events that would shake the very foundations of our world. These were not mere warnings. They were glimpses into a future marked by devastation and despair. He foresaw natural disasters of unimaginable scale, earthquakes that would reduce cities to rubble, floods that would sweep away entire civilizations, and storms so fierce that they would tear through the fabric of our reality. But these were not just acts of nature. They were harbingers of something far more sinister. Nostradamus also spoke of wars and global conflicts that would engulf nations, pitting humanity against itself in a struggle for survival. These wars would not be ordinary battles. They would be the result of deep-seated hatred, fueled by greed, power, and the thirst for dominance. As the world descends into chaos, he warned, the social and economic structures we rely on would begin to crumble, leading to a collapse that could plunge society into darkness. And then there is the figure of the Antichrist, a being of pure malevolence who would rise to power amidst the turmoil, leading humanity down a path of destruction. Who is this dark figure? Is it a literal person, or a symbol of the evil that lies within us all? Nostradamus' writings are deliberately vague, leaving us to question whether the Antichrist is already among us, or yet to come. These prophecies, written centuries ago, eerily mirror the events unfolding in our world today. Are we living through the very scenarios that Nostradamus envisioned? Or are these merely coincidences, open to interpretation? The line between prophecy and reality blurs as we consider the possibility that our future has already been foretold. As we witness natural disasters growing more frequent, wars escalating, and society becoming increasingly fractured, one can't help but wonder, are we on the brink of the end times that Nostradamus predicted? And if so, what can we do, if anything, to alter our fate? The answers may lie hidden within his cryptic verses, waiting to be discovered before it's too late. Contemporary interpretations. Nostradamus' prophecies have endured the test of time, their relevance seemingly growing stronger with each passing century. In our modern world, his words have taken on new life, as people find striking parallels between his predictions and the events unfolding around us today. But how do these ancient verses connect to the challenges we now face? Many interpret Nostradamus' visions as a reflection of the environmental crises that threaten our planet. As climate change accelerates, bringing with it more severe storms, rising sea levels, and devastating wildfires, it's easy to see why some believe we are living in the times he foretold. Are these natural disasters the signs he warned us about, or are they simply the result of human negligence and disregard for the earth? Beyond environmental concerns, Nostradamus' prophecies are often linked to the economic and political upheavals shaking our world. Global markets teeter on the edge of collapse, while political tensions rise, leading to divisions and conflicts that seem insurmountable. Could it be that Nostradamus saw these crises coming? Are we witnessing the downfall of the systems we've come to rely on, just as he predicted? Comparisons with other prophecies. Nostradamus' prophecies are not the only visions of a world teetering on the brink of catastrophe. Across cultures and religions, there have been countless predictions of an impending apocalypse, each with its own unique narrative, yet eerily similar themes. But how do Nostradamus' visions compare to these other apocalyptic prophecies? The Bible's book of Revelation paints a vivid picture of the end times, filled with symbols of war, famine, pestilence, and death, the four horsemen that signal the final judgment. Like Nostradamus, these biblical visions warn of a world descending into chaos before the ultimate battle between good and evil. Both sets of prophecies speak of a time when humanity will be tested like never before. Is it possible that they're describing the same events, seen through different lenses? Then there are the Mayan prophecies, which many believe foretold the end of the world in 2012. Although that date came and went without the cataclysmic events some feared, the Mayans still spoke of cycles, periods of creation and destruction, that align with the idea of a world constantly on the edge of renewal or ruin. Could Nostradamus and the Mayans have tapped into the same cosmic rhythm, predicting the inevitable downfall of our current age? Islamic eschatology also contains prophecies that mirror the warnings of Nostradamus. The signs of the Day of Judgment in Islamic tradition include natural disasters, widespread corruption, and the rise of a deceptive leader, the Antichrist figure, known as the Dajjal. The parallels to Nostradamus' writings are striking, suggesting that different cultures have sensed a similar fate awaiting humanity. The similarities between these various prophecies have led some to believe that they point to an unavoidable destiny for our world, a fate that has been foretold by different voices across time and space. But is this destiny truly set in stone, or are these warnings meant to guide us away from the path of destruction? Can we change the course of history, or are we merely witnessing the unfolding of a grand design that has been in place for centuries? As we compare these apocalyptic visions, we are left to ponder the possibility that all these prophecies, despite their differences, are interconnected. Could they be different pieces of the same puzzle, each revealing a part of the greater truth? And if so, what can we learn from these ancient warnings to ensure that humanity doesn't meet the fate that so many have predicted? The answers may lie in understanding not just the prophecies themselves, but the shared fears and hopes that gave rise to them.